Welcome back to the Dr. Detox Show, and this is Dr. Star TV, and I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf. Now, today's show is EMF 5G protection. Now, let's talk about something here. Who would have ever thought that we could actually have EMF 5G protection, okay, with wearing something so beautiful as this, okay, or putting something so beautiful as this or this in our house, in the middle of our house, like dead center in our house. Who would have ever thought that we could put something and use something for our garden that would do 50 acres in our garden, okay, even more. And Peter Webb, who invented this, is going to be talking about this today. Who would have ever believed that this here Defender would actually do a 50-acre building, whether it was a medical building, could be a school, could be a church, could be a factory, doesn't really matter, okay? The reality is this. Let's take a look at what we really want to talk about today, and that is that the invisible is more powerful than the physical. The invisible creates the physical. So the invisible could actually create a healing. The invisible could actually create diseases and sicknesses and even death. Oh yes, and even death. Okay, and here's the thing too. If you want to know more information, please go to my Blue Light 5G, okay, toxicity guide in my library. We'll be bringing Peter on in just a second. But before you came here, you were a light energy being. Do you get that much? Do you get that much? That you are a light energy, electromagnetic being. Do you understand that frequency is the most important thing on this planet, even though all you see is physical? Do you understand that it's always been emotion, energy in motion? That energy is the invisible that creates everything physical, whether it's good or bad in your eyes. Do you also understand that they can use 5G, they can use blue light, they can use EMF against us, but we can also use frequencies to protect us. And remember something, here's another thing. Everything you have ever ate or drank left the body. All the liquid left. All the physical matter left of the food. And the only thing that was left behind wasn't even the mineral or the vitamin. The only thing that was left behind is the frequency. You know, a lot of people say there's 4 food groups. No, there's actually 5, but the 5th one is the most important, which is frequency. So whether you believe this or not, whether you have like a bodyguard on, whether you have a protector, whether you have a defender, whether you have a guardian, depending on how you want to use it, okay? It's all about frequencies. It's all about frequencies, and it's always been that. And right now, the Third World War is being fought in the invisible world. So we need to protect our physical world. What do you think, Peter?
You're absolutely right, because one of the things we have been putting into the crystal is the protection. It seems to be more and more and more important that we protect all life, including ourselves. This spring we saw something that we've never seen before. There were no pollinators. These are the bees that pollinate the plants. So this is the first year we've had dandelions that didn't get pollinated, and they didn't put all those fluffy things that blow through the air. So, and we've also seen far fewer migratory birds getting to us, like the bluebirds and swallows. And so these frequencies from man-made sources, from, we'll say, from satellites or towers or whatever they're broadcasting at, are having a major effect on the health of all of us. And we've had some very interesting testimonials coming in lately, and we've had it happening in our yard too, where we had a severe wind frost that killed off most of the flowering shrubs that we have up to the magnolia tree. And we had thought we were gone. In fact, we dug some up and threw them in the bush because we thought they were dead. Then I realized, see some of them starting to regenerate. And then I went and got the one that we threw in the bush and buried it in the garden, and it started growing and putting on leaves. So and I just got an email from a lady that has the guardian, and she said they had a tree that was essentially dead, and this year is fully regenerated with new leaves. Another friend of mine, he had a tree in his backyard over a year with no leaves on it. Now it's in full leaf. So we can, it looks like we can regenerate these plants, which would be the same as our bodies, because you got to bear in mind, there is no difference between the plants, the animals, and all other life on this planet than in ourselves. We're not immune from all this stuff. So, yeah, so on that basis, we're still learning a lot, and so we haven't because of this lockdown we've had for 2 years with COVID. I haven't been able to go to the farms that I would.
Well, first of all, Peter, the
to.
lockdown wasn't because of COVID, but go ahead. Okay, keep
Well,
going.
I realize it wasn't.
I know, but I
COVID
don't.
either.
But let's not get tripped in their BS. They're dysfunctional belief systems. We weren't
Yeah.
locked down because of COVID. Nobody ever got locked down because of a cold or flu until it was time to actually show the herd who was in charge. But go ahead, my friend.
Okay, well, but from Nancy and myself, we had a lot of muscle aches and pains, and this is something we've never really had. And so Nancy had rheumatic fever as a child. So we set up a machine and we programmed the frequencies to remove rheumatic fever. And then we also had to put in more frequencies to remove funguses from our bodies. I mean, there's so much fungi and funguses in the environment and in the food. So those two things, but then we were still missing one element. And through my research, I tied it right back to protein. It seems after you cross a certain age, your body requires a lot more protein than it does when you're younger. So we increased the protein that we were taking to around 80 grams a day. And the pain is gone, the muscles are strong again. So, and this is from the lower back, a lot of lower back pain. So again, that is probably part of the lower protein. And of course, there are so many muscles in our body. I mean, they're everywhere, from operating a heart to urination or whatever we do. There are muscles and if they get weakened, then all these things start, people that start running to the bathroom more often at night than they should. So, yeah, so going on from there, we were looking at, because we're in a rural community, and we're looking at the farmers, and of course government in their wisdom put a tariff on nitrogen, so the farmers can't get it. It's in such short supply. So this year we just recently put in the frequencies for nitrogen, and of course you don't want to panic, because in our bodies we need nitrogen and oxygen. It's called nitrous oxide. That's what actually strengthens the arteries and help the blood flow through your veins and do a lot of beneficial things for your body. And so we're constantly trying to stay ahead of all of the bombardment of not so good frequencies that are coming our way. But there is no question that we are light beings. And here is another. Back in the 50s, Galen Hieronymus, who started the first radionics machines, he took a copper plate, put it outside, and ran a wire under a copper plate in a dark basement and put a plant on that copper plate, and that plant grew as if it was in the bright sunlight. We use the frequencies of the moon, the moon and sun and stars, and we use the summer solstice sun because that's where the fruiting and growth of plants is the highest. So by putting in the frequencies of the sun in our crystals, we had a major storm that went through. It came out of Michigan and all the way across Canada, 190-kilometer winds. And one of our growers, a marijuana grower, he's licensed and everything, he had, the power went out for 9 days. And in his basement in the dark, his crop was ready to bloom. And he went into straight panic because the humidity went up, the temperature went down, no light. 9 days after it happened, he went back down and he was shocked. The plants had developed into stayed pollinated and gone to seed, and he had the biggest buds on his marijuana that he'd ever seen. And so again, you know, we're even such things as sunlight, sun rays, they are frequency, but we can capture those frequencies and put them into everybody's home and everybody's garden. And so that's one of the things, you know, so then of course we are able to put in a lot of emotions. So we put in the frequencies.
Peter, if you don't mind, some people are asking because they're new to the show, so they want to know, they want to actually know what the difference are between the protectors, okay? So let's first talk about the bodyguard. And we have bodyguards for adults and we have it for children. Some people even put it on their pets. Can you talk about the bodyguards? And just know this, that the same frequencies are in the different crystals. But let's talk about the bodyguard and what the bodyguard does and what we've seen it do for people, okay? So what is it? First of all, let's talk about what are they made out of, okay?
They're made of the best crystal we can find. It comes out of Poland now at this time, but it because it was coming out of Germany, but they found that crystal could be made into a battery that would last forever, and would take a car 1,000 miles and only take 2 minutes to recharge. But so they cut it off, so we had to go to Poland. But anyway, it's the finest crystal that holds the purest
why is the Polish crystal better?
It's a purest form of crystal.
Right.
It has no impurities in it like lead or zinc or any heavy metals.
All right. Very good. Yeah. And
now,
go ahead.
Yeah, they cover about 15 feet around a child. That's above it. Like you can take it as a bubble.
So
You're
15 feet from the head up, from the feet down, from the body out, from the middle out. So you're talking 30 feet out, 32 feet if you're 2 feet wide. And you're talking if the child was like 4 feet, then it would be, so it would be 34 feet, right?
Yeah, so these are safe to be used in swimming, saunas, x-rays at the hospital or x-rays at the airport. They're pretty the reason for this is we are feeding these crystals on a constant basis of frequencies.
Can you please just take a minute and explain, because people are wanting to know what is radionics, where did it come from, and how are you feeding them 24/7? And another person's asking here, so you were saying on your last show, Peter, that if something comes out like a new frequency, a negative frequency against us, or a new virus or bacteria, or if our bodies become deficient in something, then what you say is that you'll put the frequency in to help to balance that. Can you explain how you do it? And another person saying, what will happen if you cannot be the one who's putting the frequency in and looking after this, will there be someone else if that happens? Go ahead.
Yeah, so what we do is absolutely unique. I don't think anybody else is doing it in radionics anywhere in the world. We built a special structure, and in the bottom is 4 feet of silica sand. That's white sand, and each silica can store a frequency. So all our frequencies, we've got thousands of them that we've accumulated through using supplements and vitamins and minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and all those different. We've got two
And if
machines.
I can say something, Peter, I just want everybody to know that our main pillars of our nutraceuticals are all embedded. The frequencies are all embedded in all of the crystals that Peter makes.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Peter.
that's correct. So we used the radionics was always done with a copper plate where you wire it into the machine. The radionics machine is somewhat like a radio. You can tune the dials to go find a station. We can tune the dials to find a frequency to support vitamin E, vitamin B, vitamin C, or anything in the environment. Of course, you have to realize that there are synergies like with selenium, you have to have vitamin E. One won't work without the other. And now to bring the protein in our body, we need L-carnitine. So we've got all these frequencies, and they're put into this bed of silica sand, and they're automatically linked back to the broadcasters that we have in our shop that are sending them out worldwide. And because these crystals will work anywhere on the planet. And I suspect when the time is right and people are on the moon, they can still take these crystals to the moon and they'll still work. So over 40 years, we started out strictly with geomagnetic lines. And these are magnetic lines that crisscross the earth. They flow east, west, north, south. And they will carry the frequencies of man-made frequencies like electricity or radar or cell phone, any kind of, even if they pass through toxic waste, they will carry those frequencies on down the line from the toxic waste. It could be from a dump, it could be from an industrial plant, it could be anywhere. So basically,
it'll carry the good, the bad, and the ugly. So understand something. These meridian lines that you'll see all over the planet, they're like, let's just take a look at it as the wiring in your house, okay? Or some way to communicate or send information. You can send good information or bad information on these lines, correct, Peter?
That's right. So that's why the first thing we had to do is just disperse those lines so that they had no long-term effect on the body. In fact, you can't find, if you put the house protector or the guardian in a home, you won't find those lines after you've installed them. So
yeah, it takes, with the guardian or the protector, everyone, let me just show them so they know, okay? So here's the guardian, everybody. And how big of an area does the guardian, now remember something, the guardian is mainly for your garden, correct, Peter?
That's right. So this is one thing I wanted to just talk about momentarily. We have a lot of questions on if we buy a home protector and a guardian.
And here's the home protector, everyone.
Yeah.
So the home protector comes in red, okay? It's quite gorgeous, isn't it? You know, people will actually buy these and not even read about what they do on our website because they buy them because they're so beautiful. And this is a purple one, as you can see. Can you get a close-up? Good. Okay. And here's the green one, okay? And, okay, these are protectors, everyone, and you put them right in the middle of the house. Peter, you'll go back through all the different sizes so people can get that, right?
Yeah.
And is called, this is called this is called the Defender. Now this one here is for larger buildings, okay? And then see, the Defender and the Guardian they cover the biggest areas, everybody. Go ahead, Peter.
So what we are finding is people with small acreages or even larger acreages are now asking the question, if they buy the Guardian, do they need one for the house unit? And it's not, no. You put the Guardian in the house. It does the house and all of the property that you have. So I wanted to
So
just
when
clear
it does
that.
the property, okay, so we're talking about your flowers, we're talking about your grass, we're talking about the what you grow. What about the animals?
Same, it goes out to the area that you, actually up to 600 acres it can do, but it's designed to go from, say, 1
So
acre,
600,
2 acres,
the Guardian will cover 600 acres, everyone.
if you have that much.
If you have
But
that much.
yeah, if you only have 1 or 5 or 10 or 50 acres, it will go out and stay on that property. It doesn't go off onto anybody else's property. And I don't know how to better explain that than
No,
you know the
well, what it
boundaries.
does is it has a conscience,
That's
and
right.
unless it had approval to go onto your neighbor's yard, and you said to your neighbor, would you like my protector or my guardian, okay, to actually, the frequency to come onto your property? So unless there is approval, and I know some people go, okay, now that's just sounds a little bit too out there for me, but understand something, it wouldn't be, it doesn't take much to be too much out there for the herd, because people are not programmed to even believe that they are spirit beings. So we know we have a big problem out there, because everybody, since 0 to 7, everybody lived in a hypnotic state, and all they did was download whatever information was dumped into them. And that's why 95% of the information that most people have, it's called a dumping ground, and their lives look like that. So anyways, I'm not trying to pick on people, but the reality is people do not know how to expand their consciousness today. And that's what this show is supposed to do, hopefully. Peter, go ahead.
Okay, so we were discussing the pendants now.
The pendants, yeah, here they are.
Yeah,
So
we get questions, do we have to wear them all the time? And you know, I said, no, if you're working at a desk, you can have it at the desk. If you're going to bed, you can set it on the night table. It'll still cover your whole bedroom. So I wanted to, yeah, so that's primarily the health of animals and children and people, plants. We've got so many people calling now about the health of their trees. Well, it's only a reflection of what the environment they're in. And we're the same. If we can enhance the environment, then our health improves. And so, yeah, anyway.
just like children who have colic, children that can't sleep at night, children that are having everybody needs to make sure that they don't have an air conditioner, or they don't have the furnace near them, or they don't have the electrical panel near them. Yeah. But you can take like one of the smaller protectors, and you can put it right on the child's crib, or you could put it around the child's ankle. Yeah, I even tried doing it. I have a lot of people that are putting it around their pets and putting on their pets, especially the emotional pets or the pets that are sick, to help to protect the pets. So let's go back to radionics, because we didn't really explain what radionics is, and that it's a true science and what you actually do.
Well, it is a true science. Some of these machines are fairly expensive, so we found that by putting, instead of using a copper plate, we'll put a Defender on the machine and broadcast that to cover maybe 4 or 5 acres. That's what we got around here, and that way we can blend all of the frequencies into one pendant. It's the only way it can be done is to pool all these frequencies, and then once they're in your body knows what it needs. So it'll take what it needs, and the other is just dispelled. It doesn't affect your body at all. So, you know, we had a couple, an elder lady and her daughter. They were going to go on a long trip, and the older lady can only stay in the car 45 minutes before she was becoming sick or nauseated. Her daughter would get a headache. They were going on a 15-hour drive, so I told them to take the home protector, put it in the glove compartment of the car.
Here's the home protector, everyone. Just want to
Yeah.
show you. And they, like I said, they come in
Yeah.
3 colors: purple, red, and also there's the green. There's the red, and then there's the purple. And the protector will do how much space?
That'll do 200 feet from your body in all directions,
Okay.
all around your body. So you're in a bubble that's 400 feet across. Anyway, these ladies took that car drive, went 15 hours without any fatigue or headaches or anything. So it actually works in your car, because there's a lot of electronics in a car today, and they're affecting your body and your health. So it's important that if you're doing a lot of driving, you either need the bodyguard or the house protector in the car.
Yes.
Actually, I have a red pendant in the car, in my car, just in the front where you put your keys or something like that. It's just so it gives us a lot of takes all the stress off. These tokens are designed to de-stress your body.
Beautiful.
And
Peter, if you
and
don't mind, Peter, I just wanted to answer for someone. They're asking if if you're on Facebook, okay, if you're on Facebook or you're on Rumble or YouTube, please send in your questions. Yes, you can send in questions there, and you can also come on Zoom, right? Do we have the Zoom link up for them?
No, because we have Zoom with Bitchute.
Oh, so we can't bring people on to ask questions with him?
We can add Zoom link, but
Huh?
we can add Zoom link, but
Please add Zoom link for people if they want to come on Zoom for every show. Thank you. All right, Peter, go ahead, my friend.
well, I have a motto: be happy and smile. And I tell you, it adds a lot of years to your life. If you frown and worry, it takes a lot of years off your life.
Yeah,
So
it's all about
positive-
frequency. It's all about frequency again, isn't it?
everything is frequency.
Whatever
Yeah.
you practice. Hey, I practice sadness, depression. I practice being sick. I practice having cancer. I practice being totally healthy. I keep telling people this, and they need to get it. My younger brother is in the worst shape that you could. He's only 1 year younger. Is in the worst shape you could ever be in, and he took on all the beliefs that my parents had. Both my parents, they passed away before they were 55 years old. You know what? You can see a personality creates your reality, eh, Peter?
That's right, yeah. So we have, again, like I said, everything on this planet does have a frequency. So love, it has a frequency, and we put that into everything. And one of the things I just want to say is that I built this shop. Every morning at 5:30, I go into my shop and I pray over everything that we do.
Beautiful.
And this is beautiful prayers of happiness and joy and love. And so we're putting everything that feasible that we can get, and still we have to keep searching and searching for more, because the world is changing around us so fast now. And oh yeah, the other thing is we've got people that says we don't need as much food. A lot of people say we can't eat as much food as we used to. Well, why would you? We're putting the frequencies into your body. You don't need the extra food. And yeah, so
Peter, I tell this to everyone, and it's the truth. I eat 1 meal a day, everybody. 1 meal a day. Okay, so here I want to show everybody this. So this is, I'm almost finished with it. Listen, there's only probably about 4 or 5 ounces left. In this it was natural lemonade that I made, and well, I didn't make it, the juice bar did. And then they put black diamond into it, right? So after this, I'll do a blender drink. I'll probably do a quart of carrot juice today, and I'll drink about maybe 5, 6 liters or quarts of liquid. And then tonight, we're doing the celebration party for the New World Practitioner course that's over. Can you admit Marion, please? She's on the line. Thank you. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, okay. One of the other questions people ask me, how do we know this thing is working? Well, if you take a glass of cold water, run it, fill it full of water, and set it on the counter, the whole inside that glass will be covered in air bubbles, oxygen. So you basically, when you drink that water, you're getting a real boost of oxygen. And so that's how we tell people now, because you know, it is like Daryl says, the invisible, you can't see it, but it's there, it's working. And of course, with the any of these products, they put the oxygen down in the ground, so it doesn't matter if you got water in your refrigerator, it's going to oxygenate, because frequencies can pass right through walls and refrigerators and any other
Well,
item that you
that's
have.
that's why sometimes you'll see that you'll be thinking of somebody and the phone rings, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's, guys, you know what? Stop dumbing yourself down, please. They dumbed you down from 0 to 7. Now you got to wake yourself up. And the only way you can wake yourself up is through the art of repetition. Repetition. And I just want to say this, you know what? When you're 0 to 7, you're in this hypnotic trance, and then it's up to you to repeat things. There's not a thing that Peter has not perfected that he hasn't repeated 10,000 times. And that's everybody on this planet. So if you want to become something, then you've got to fake it till you make it 10,000 times. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, that's true. I know that I was born with congenital cataracts, and when I was going to have the one removed, they said, you know, there's a possibility you'll have to have surgery because it'll open the eyeball. So every morning I sat down with a glass of water and I did my prayers and I asked that the cataract separates, and lo and behold, when I went in, it just came out, no problem at all. So even, you know, if you do, actually you can create your own destiny by the thoughts you have. If you have a lot of negative, I know people that always want to be sick thinking they're going to get sympathy, but they don't realize that they could live a life with far better health than they do when you visualize yourself as healthy and enjoying life. And even to the, you know, we have surrounding us so much beauty in plants and trees and flowers and even newborn animals. There's so much, and the clouds in the sky, there's so much we can look at that can fill our hearts with happiness and joy.
But
And
Peter, if I can say this, don't mean to cut you off, but it's all about frequencies. And right now, it's like this. It's, are you able to create enough harmonic frequencies when they're throwing out negative frequencies at us, right?
yeah,
From the
we are,
from the blue light, from the blue light poisoning, from blue
Yeah.
light, from the 5G, 3G, 4G, whatever you're working off, from cell phones, everything that's going on in your house, correct?
Well, you know, watching TV, the news, it's downright depressing. And yeah.
People shouldn't be watching the news. They should be
No.
they should be working on their life. Anyways,
Yeah.
if people are still watching the news, then there's something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you know, I even say this, that it doesn't matter. You can say, well, I listen to alternative news. Well, it's just as scary. So, you know, it's better to just mind your own business, put a smile on your face, Peter, and go into that garden of yours.
Yeah. It's you know, we feed a lot of animals here just to have, you know, I'm talking about birds right now. We have so many birds in our yard, and I think they come for the energy. They can feel the peace and quiet and tranquility, and they come in, and we have bird nests for them to nest in, and we get a tremendous of happiness out of the satisfaction out of seeing these little birds arrive and then take flight. But yeah, so we've got so many frequencies that we've got in here, like the figure eight. It's the cell in the body. It rotates clockwise and then pause, and that's when nutrients go into the cell and waste out of the cell, and then it goes counterclockwise. This all comes back again to nutrition. Half of the minerals are clockwise, spin on them. Half of the vitamins or minerals are counterclockwise, and that's why they always have a companion. Whatever vitamin, it has a mineral frequency that makes it available. So we've covered this. We've got radionics machines, the big ones that have got many programs on them, and we have ones with vitamins on one side, and then the next one over has got minerals on it. So they're both feeding all those frequencies in to. And the other thing about, I'm talking about vitamins and minerals, but this does not give you the authority to just stop eating them. You're in charge of your body right now, and it's what you put in it is so you're going to be eating proper proteins and greens and everything that your body needs. But at the same time, because those plants are so devoid in nutrients, it is well worthwhile to buy a good vitamin mineral supplement because you have to work at keeping your body healthy. We can't do it all. So what we can do is just give your body a real fighting chance and make it,
Can we take some
better.
questions? Do you mind if we take some questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, Rose, yes, it's only until Friday is the sale. Just letting everybody know. It's either going to end. They say Thursday or Friday. It'll end it because we only sell so much, and then that's it. It's our biggest sale of the year. It's 20% off. That's right, Rose. Anyways, Layla, do our cells communicate with each other? Because I have a hard time explaining how if one person in the house gets sick, then everyone gets sick. Well, remember something, Layla, you've been listening to my shows for what, years? Layla, everything is a program. Everything's a program. I could have everybody in my house get sick. I'm not going to get sick. You know what? Everything is a program. Okay. Do you ever notice that people who talk about poverty are always poor? People that talk about sickness always have it, and they always have sick people around them. People that only talk about their life and revolving around their life to be healthy, they stay healthy. That's it. Okay. Do you live with passion? Do you live with purpose? And it really comes down to that. I mean, you've got to eat right, think right, drink right. I mean, you've got to live right. But the reality is everything is a program. And I'll tell you, just as Peter's running programs into these crystals, okay, that will last forever. Okay, the programs that you're running in here will create the program in here. And that's it. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, certainly, if you have the crystal near your bed at night and you go into a real deep sleep, and that's when the healing process starts in your body. Most of the healing is done at night when you're in a subconscious sleep, and the subconscious basically takes over the care of. It's like the janitor. It gets all of the negative stuff out of your body, and then you get up in the morning and you're ready to go and just roar, as they say. So yeah, dependents are supporting you with a lot of different programs for your different.
You mean, the bodyguards. The bodyguards are
bodyguards.
Yeah, the bodyguards. When did you? Okay, Laura wants to know, when did you stop using the German crystals? What if we have that one? How do we know?
Well, there is no difference. It's the very same crystal. It's just that the government, that particular source was cut off. So the Polish source is where the crystals are coming from now, and it's exactly the same crystal.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Golda, what type of meter does Peter use to know the frequency of foods, protein, sun, etc.?
Well, the ones we use is a radionics analyzer, and it's pure and simple. You just um, drop a sample of it in the well, and then you use galvanic stick. It's when you turn the dials, there's a rub plate, and as soon as you hit that frequency, your fingers just stick to the plate, and then you look at the dial settings, and then you can then take those and put them in another machine and broadcast the frequencies of what you're looking for. Yeah, it's time consuming, but it's necessary. Well, say about a month, I walk through the 20 plus machines I have supporting our crystals, and I check each one to see if there's anything that has to come out or go in. And there are actually, there was a time when we were using what we call reagents, and these are vials with oils like pumpkin seed oil, curcumin oil, milk thistle oil, olive oil, or whatever kinds of oils, and black seed oil. And now we don't need those anymore. Because we're putting those frequencies into what we call the vault. The vault is got all the frequencies in it, so we're able to do far more with this new way of looking at it. It's just developing our technology. It's never stopping. It's a constant. I would say every second or third day we're putting in another set of frequencies. It could be. We are trying to, by putting frequencies into the wiring in the walls of your house, it holds the magnetic field in the wiring, so it reduces the amount of electricity that you use. There is enough electricity in the universe, and people don't understand. If we were running DC current, direct current, there's enough electricity in this planet to power everything on it.
Tesla proved that, didn't he? Tesla actually took and ran the biggest generating station in New York City, okay? And there no wiring. He took it right from, and Rockefeller, the same Evo psychos, okay, today, same family, okay? They shut him down, destroyed his equipment, okay? They're the same people that have decided that we needed to be locked down because of COVID. So, and that's a true story. So, and they also we have another technology, if you don't mind, Peter, where we sell the vitamin D light, the vitamin D lights, and then we have pure crystal panels that go over top of the vitamin D light, and that's what Tesla put together. And that actually creates vitamin D crystal frequencies that go right down into chromosome and DNA. And the gentleman who did the Tesla movie, he only put the crystal up halfway on the vitamin D light, and it showed after a few weeks he was actually building muscle in his lower body, but not in his upper body. So, everybody, vitamin D is actually not a vitamin. It's a hormone regulator. It's an immune modulator. And then by using the crystal panels that we sell the most powerful energy medicine, because nobody gets vitamin D or enough of it, right, Peter?
No, they don't. And,
no.
It's the same as vitamin C. Vitamin C, again, is very important to produce collagen for your joints in your body.
If I can say something, Peter, our C60, which is on sale right now, our hemp oil and our coconut oil is 250 times stronger than vitamin C, and our IGF-1 300,000, it makes more collagen than any product known on the planet, okay? I mean, you can see anybody when they start using the C60 and they use the IGF-1, you can see it, their whole face changes. Their whole makeup changes. They look more youthful, right?
That's correct, yeah. So, just like I'm trying to get all the components together to give you the healthiest body you can have.
And you're doing it.
Also the mind, you know, you got to have a healthy mind and positive thinking, and you know, sleeping is a lot easier. If you go to bed worrying about something, I know it's a tough time sometimes, but you don't get
Well,
the
the
proper sleep.
the tough time is knowing that you're not in control of your own thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got another one from Golda. How a consumer can measure a frequency of a crystal to stay the same? Well, it stays the same because Peter's generating it. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's one. What happens when you add a new frequency? Does it go into all of the crystals around the world?
It does. Yeah. Everything that we bring in goes to everyone. It could be, heck, it could be in a submarine at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, and that still would get charged up there. There's nowhere on this planet that we can't charge crystals at this time.
Beautiful.
We're sitting actually right on top of the 45th parallel. It's a massive ley line that goes around the entire globe, halfway between the equator and halfway between the North Pole. So we're in a really ideal place to have this technology and be able to send it out everywhere on the planet.
How young are you, Peter?
Well, not too bad. I'm going to be 81 this year, and I'm still looking to cross that 100 mark and be as healthy as I am now. So
Yeah, you look great. You know what? You look better every time we do a show. You look better than you did when we started. You know,
Yeah.
I got to tell you something, everybody. So, anyways, here's the deal. So I met Peter a few years ago, and Peter says, "Well, you know what, Daryl? I think I'm going to retire." And I go, "Well, Peter, if you get hooked up with me, you don't get to retire."
that's about the truth.
Huh?
That's the truth, you know. And yeah, but no, actually, we're looking forward to the 10 years. Actually, I thought, well, I'm going to get a luxury car because I've been in farming all my life. You have to beat up old pickup truck. So try to order a car. You can't find any anymore.
Well-
There's such a shortage of cars.
Well,
You
that's
have to
because
book
there's a shortage of chips.
Yeah.
And you know what,
Actually,
Peter? Here's a great story for you, okay? So we have what's called a celsonic. It runs on 25,000 volts, Peter. And
Yeah.
it comes through as a love harmonic. There's only one person who figured out how to do this in the world. I mean, this thing will actually take kidney stones, gallstones, and it'll make those kidney stones, gallstones come apart. Calcium stones in the breast come apart, and it will not damage any tissue. It can actually help nerve endings come together, bones come together. When we do our thermography here, it will actually show that even people that have what we call 3 and 4 stage cancer, which is just the height of inflammation, that's all that is, we'll use this device and it won't show it. If we do the thermography 24 hours later, it doesn't show it. All I'm trying to say is that everything is about frequency. Everything is about frequency, and this device uses chips. Like energy medicine equipment, they use chips, right? Well, because of chips, you ready for this? This thing has gone up $45,000 in the last 7 months. And it's going to keep going higher because there's no chips out there. This is all that thing about making everything look like so hard to get. There's nothing to get. So that's why everything is going up in price. But believe it or not, even though it's gone up in price, you know, we have actually sold 4 Celsonics in the last 3 weeks, and they're $115,000 US. So, you know, people get it. They understand now. They're understanding that. So we do a 22-day New World Practitioner training with every unit we sell. We're the only ones that sell this unit with a 22-day training with it. But I'll tell you, it's always been about frequency, isn't it, Peter?
It is, and you know, we're seeing stuff that we really shouldn't even consider, because when this storm came in, we see it coming. And
The big storm you had.
the tornado,
Yeah.
and it just turned and missed us entirely. Then we started getting people in that had the house protector, and they all said we had no damage at all, but our neighbors were decimated. Now, that's energy. This is putting out, and that's why I think
You know, you
we
do
have-
know, Peter, that most people just stopped watching the show when you said that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because they won't
I
believe people
understand
can't.
that.
I know, but people don't get this. They don't understand. It's always been about this. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there is negative thoughts will attract. Hey, you go and see a bull, and you're scared of that bull. He just tipped his radar up, and he comes right after you. The same with a dog. A dog, if you're scared of a dog, he will come after you. So your own fears can attract what you don't want.
Well,
So
you are the antenna, aren't you? You're the walking, talking, living antenna.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question here from Golda. She says, how can you prove that 5G levels will be neutralized by your crystal?
Well, we have a meter that we use. I don't have it here right now. Anyway, it measures radio frequencies, and we had tested in our home, and we have a major 5G tower about less than 2 miles away from us, and it's pretty well zero on everything in the house. So, but 5G is just a baby now. They're moving into higher frequencies of 6G plus a higher. They're putting in more power on these frequencies, so they're becoming. When they start interfering with nature, like the bees and other insects, ironically, the only thing that thrive with 5G is rats. Rats become very, very popular because they seem to thrive on that frequency. But
Right.
beneficials, they disappear. And to think that 5G stops at the ground, it doesn't. It'll go down at least 300 feet into the ground.
Wow. So it's knocking all the microorganisms out that are good for us. So understand, everybody, this is a weapon of war. Whether you like it or not, this is a weapon of war. The invisible creates the physical, and sometimes it doesn't create it, it decimates it.
Well, we couldn't survive without the bacteria in our bodies. There's a massive amount of bacteria in our bodies. The same thing holds true for the soil, the plants. The bacteria work on the plants to help with molds and funguses, and also many other functions on the plant. Some of them just are cleaning the dust off the leaves and that kind of thing. But yeah, the tiniest things on the planet could be the one that
Takes us
knocks
down.
us down.
Yeah. So Gypsy says, good afternoon to the both of us. Kelly says, thank you. Donald, will the protector help on a cruise ship while surrounding water?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%. Okay.
Yep.
John Henry from England says, hello. Sylvia, does it help with allergies?
I would say it does. We've had probably the biggest allergy or the pollen we've ever seen here. And it may be the fact that we're putting in these frequencies that are beneficiating or beneficial to the trees. And we've never seen so much pollen on the pine trees before. And you may get a little bit of sinus, but nothing like an allergy attack. It protects you from a lot of that. So and right now the pollen is done, but I guess there stuff come up, mowing grass, that can be still a problem.
Right.
But we're doing I think we're doing a major job with allergies. We've never really had anybody say that their allergies, they still have allergies. So
Beautiful. Rosa, I put the protector in my classroom and my room felt calmer and happier. The students were less stressed and were able to sit and listen better.
That is one thing we've found very much so. We have a number of school teachers that are taking the home protector into their office. We even got people that have taken the Defender into hospitals and putting it in their lockers to cover the whole hospital. So, yeah, these definitely have a calming effect on all life, whether it's animals or people, and it makes life, well, it's certainly going to make children's learning more effective and more beneficial if they're calm and relaxed and listening to the teacher.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, Leo. Leo's asking, yes, the sale is 20% off, Leo. It's on almost all Doc of Detox products. Yes, the crystals are 20% off. And yes, it's over come this Friday. Absolutely. Okay. Let me see here. Susan, what is the difference between the adult and the child bodyguard?
The only difference is the area. The adult goes out 20 feet around the body. The child is 15 feet. So it's a little bigger area of protection.
Beautiful. Priscilla, please talk. Okay. Priscilla, I will. Guess what? Priscilla, if I can say this tomorrow, I'm doing a Q&A. It's called the New World Health Live Q&A at 12 Central Time. I will talk about quitting smoking and how I quit. I will talk about how I help people to quit smoking then. Thank you, love. Tomorrow is Tuesday, everybody, and I will be talking about that. Gypsy, I'm so happy to have caught this live today. Many thanks to Peter for explaining the benefits of the different crystals. Thanks, Gypsy. Diane, good afternoon. Gypsy, wow, that's amazing, Gypsy. Looking great, Peter. Keep up the good work. Oh, Gypsy, Peter's already taken. Just slow her down. Slow it down. Diane, look very young, Peter. There you go. Okay, this is it. All these girls, Peter, you better watch it.
I know.
Okay, Susan, gratitude and light with love sent to you, Dr. Wolf and Peter, in sharing this brilliant live today. Peter, just don't buy an electric car, she says. Okay.
No.
You know what? And I'll tell you why I'll never buy an electric car. Because they can't shut off a gas car, but they can shut off an electric car any day they want. They could shut everybody's car down just like that. And if you run out of electricity, what are you going to do? Go get a bucket of electricity from the gas station? I don't think so. Betty, I left my crystal at work, and my question is, can an energy worker remove your energy that you put into the crystal? I have the biggest one. It's blue. Thanks. Looking forward to your answer, Peter. So she wants to know if an energy worker could damage the energy in the. No, it's not like that.
No, it's not like that at all.
No, it's not a pincushion kind of thing.
No. These energies are locked into the product, and they're constantly being revitalized every day, every 24 hours a day. I've got all the machines running constant, but even if we had a power outage, we have batteries to back them up, or we have a generator to back them up. So we're going to be keeping these things going, but it's people are talking about miles per car, and having it in the car just gives the car better performance and better mileage. It's
Here's one for you. Yeah, I people are talking about the mileage thing all the time when they put it in their car. They don't believe it, and then I tell them, well, just put it in your car, and then you can tell how you're burning. You know your car. Listen, Jim wants to know. He says, can you confirm, Peter? I bought a bodyguard for someone that had the V twice, and after putting it on, they actually said they felt better and they felt more at peace and more energy. Is this in their head?
Not at all. We have frequencies in these pendants and crystals to remove the graphene oxide and the prions and many of the other elements that is in the V. And so it's normal, starting to normalize your body back. And by putting in the energies of love and that kind of thing, it keeps the whole body calm and peaceful. And once you do that, a lot of the elements in the product, the V, doesn't have a chance. We're not guaranteeing it's going to block it all, but it's certainly reducing the effect. But I think that to a certain degree, the graphene oxide is part of the reason why we're losing muscle strength. That's just in my mind. I haven't been able to prove it, but I'm thinking that's part of the side effects of this stuff. But yeah, anyway, no, it's going to help. If you've had the vaccine, it's certainly going to support you in many ways of being healthy and productive and vibrant.
Thank you, Peter. Anna, thank you, Peter, for your info and story. Alakai, thank you, Dr. Wolf, Roar, and Peter. Amazing news with these crystals. Advice, how much did the crystals cost? Well, they cost different. All I can tell you is they're 20% off. I, honest to God, I'm not trying to avoid it. I don't even know the pricing. You know, asking me about pricing almost about anything is like going and talking to our financial people and asking them how you're going to get healthy, okay? That's the way it is. I just don't do that. Betty, thank you. I have been so worried. I'm not sure why she was worried. Shina, can you discuss if these crystals are blocking 5G versus restructuring the frequencies? And are there specific types of home meters that can measure an area and without the crystals? Clients have asked.
Well, you know, people can use kinesiology, that's muscle testing, and you can try it. It's just a matter of holding your arm out and have somebody put pressure on it. So if you're near the pendant, you'll see you have a much higher level of muscle strength. But once you go out of the area of that pendant,
Right.
then your arm will just drop like that. So muscle testing, your body will tell you if it's working or not.
Yeah, muscle testing done properly is totally accurate, and it's totally a science that's recognized. Anka, thank you for bringing to the world such amazing scientific news about the benefits of frequency for our body. You both are truly extraordinary avatars. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you know, talking about Avatar, right? You know, the movie's coming out.
Yeah.
And the reality is, guess what we're doing? So there's a really great theater, and we're going to rent the whole theater. It's like $200, Peter. So if you want to come down here when Avatar is on, I'm going to rent the theater for $200 and just invite everybody to come and see Avatar. The theater will hold like 300 people. It's just amazingly beautiful. It's right in Ixtapa here in the town I live in. Think about it. You can rent the whole theater, right? So, you know, you get like 20 people, $10 each there, or to get 40 people, $5 each. There's my Avatar. Okay, and the popcorn's not so bad either. I don't mind doing that sometimes. What about you, Peter? Do you still eat popcorn?
Not so much now. I tend to be
Behaving
eating
yourself?
more fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Fruit
just
and, yeah.
yeah, and just remember, everybody, when Peter was talking about protein, just know this, that it's amino acids your body need, you know, and I find that, Peter. You know, I'll do black bean soup, and they make the best soup down here. You know, I used to eat beans up at, when I would be in Canada, they'd be all gassy, but man, they know how to do it, you know. I'll have black bean soup or just bean soup, and I'll do that probably 4 times a week. And man, there's more protein in bean soup than there is in any animal protein, just so everybody knows that. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, so when Avatar does come out, somebody said that would be awesome. Avatar is a great movie. Yeah, what I do is I just make sure I take about 8 to 10 digestive enzymes, and then I go and eat the popcorn. So that's how bad I am. Let me see here. Annette, my home flooded after snow melt and very heavy rainfall. I have crystals everywhere. Will it keep the mold and mildew at bay when the water recedes? And can I get a cleaning up? Okay. Will it help reduce the mold and the mildew? She wants to know.
Yeah, it'll because of the oxygen we're putting in. We're putting in now around 40 parts per million of oxygen.
Right.
And but again, she needs to get a fan and ventilate that property. You know, bring the air in and blow it, keep the air moving through it to dry it out.
Or
And
even
that way-
rent a very, 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 very powerful industrial ozone machine and go away for 3 days and turn that thing on full.
Yeah, that would too. Yeah, so
Connie.
the cheapest way is just ventilate it as best you can and use the crystal to keep the oxygen level. Because we had to raise the oxygen, but now, I mean, you can see it in the glasses, so it's definitely going to make a big difference. You know, and actually, one product that neutralized mold is hydrogen peroxide, which is another form of oxygen.
That's right. It's hydrogen peroxide is oxygen on a mission. Don't take too much too fast.
No.
Okay, Connie, which one is for the vehicle? Well, you know what? If you're wearing a bodyguard, that's definitely going to help you. This is a bodyguard, everyone. I wear the blue one. But if you put a protector in your car, and with these new cars, there's so much electrical in there, eh, Peter?
That's right. Now, here is just one thing. These are designed to stand upright. Lay it on its side, and it shuts it off. So if you're putting it in the car, you put it in a coffee cup holder or in the glove compartment. I prefer it in the glove compartment. Just pack some clothes or paper, something around it so it stays upright. And you're going to be and I think it helps with the maintenance on the vehicle, because the vehicle it seems to be less trouble, you know, and hardly any major mechanical problems. It just, you know, the engine certainly runs cleaner with it in, so it helps extend the life of the engine.
Yeah, you know, this is a little beyond for some people to comprehend that, but
Yeah.
you'll find it. You know, it's called seeing is believing, and believing is seeing. Rosa, my mom got 3 V's, and she feels so much better when she wears her pendant. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Peter, what else would you like to tell everyone? Because we came to the end of the questions, right?
Okay.
Is
So no, I think that part of, like I said in the beginning, that we're creating an environment where your body can function more efficiently. But I think that using the proper food, like not going to bed with a huge meal, you know, we've learned that we have basically one meal a day, and that's at noon, and then we just have something light for going to bed on. So
Yeah, you've slimmed down, Peter.
yeah, it's a challenge when you're getting all these energies going in, because it makes you know everything more efficient. So I'm trying to get down. I'm down to I want to lose 5 more, and I'll be where I was when I was in my 30s. So
Beautiful. Hey, have you been taking the IGF 300 though that I have? If you haven't, I want to send it
No.
to you, and I
No,
want
I
you.
haven't.
Then I'll send it to you. Okay.
okay.
Okay, and I
Yeah.
want you to take the IGF 300. It's the only liposomal IGF. Okay, IGF 300. Let me just explain why. Okay, so you know as well as I do that when you were in your 20s, you were the peak of your energy, right?
Right.
Okay, all right. So we know that
Yeah.
the human growth hormone went into the liver. We know the liver transformed it into IGF-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? When you take my IGF-1 300 and you do it 3 times a day, you'll have as much IGF-1 going throughout your body, and it'll be the exact same composition as what you were making when you're in your 20s. Your body won't even be able to tell the difference, and it'll think it's in its 20s again. So I want you to get on that, and then I want you to come on and then tell people what you think of it, because it creates more collagen in the body. It creates more lean muscle in the body. Believe it or not, it also lays down the bone matrix in your bones and throughout your body. That's what it's responsible for. And it is the one of the top communicators for the cells, and it also helps to decalcify the actual calcification around the mitochondria that stop the ATP production.
Yeah, this is an important point. We go through life, we have no cares in our 30s and 40s, but at that point, we really have to start looking at our health, because we're not getting, our body is just not doing what it used to when we were younger. I mean, so if we have to start taking some supplements or nutrition, and just to bolster everything, and you know, I'm a proof of, you know, I've always taken lots of supplements to keep my body healthy, and I'm a firm believer in, as we grow older, food consumption.
Well, it's all
We
about
used to-
energy. Remember, everything is always about energy. I mean, you don't have fun without energy. You don't make love without energy. You can't digest without energy. You can't sleep right if you don't have energy. Everything is energy.
Right.
You can't think right if you don't have energy.
No, it is so. You know, you have to start supporting your energy levels as you get older, and it's critical to get right on with the job.
If I send you a bottle, will you take it? You got to take
I
it.
certainly will. Oh yeah.
Morning, afternoon, and then later in the day. Do it 3 times a day until the bottle's gone, and then tell me what you think. And I promise you're going to call me and go, "No way, this can't be happening."
Right.
And it is. It's the only liposomal IGF-1 in the world like it, and it's 300,000. It's not the ones, like, there's a lot of them out there that you take them, but you don't absorb them. You absorb all of this. I'll send it out to you. Okay. Shina wants to know, if a crystal is in the home garden, will it neutralize chemtrails?
That's a tough one. We did we do have frequencies in to neutralize them, but fortunately, it may be working as far as I know, because we don't see them over our house at all, but we see them in the distance, and that's a problem. It's all these chemtrails, the chemicals that are in them. They bury them, and and the graphene oxide is one. It's in the food. Everything they spray ends up in the food that we're eating, and we really have to keep working on good prebiotics and good probiotics, and keep our gut healthy, and you know, makes a big difference to the health and the longevity that we have. So
absolutely, you hit it right on the head. And just on a side note, everyone, and people don't believe me, and they actually get upset with me, or they just think I'm lying, but I haven't seen a chemtrail since I've been here. I've been here for 9 months now, Peter. Not one chemtrail in the sky. Not one here in Ixtapa, Mexico. Linda, does the pendants help with dementia? Tough one, eh, Peter? Gotcha.
You got me there.
Well, it's not going to reverse dementia.
No,
but
it may slow it down.
It may slow it down, everyone. But guess what? You can reverse dementia, because everybody, and understand something. Take a look at ionic calcium therapy in my library. I'm telling you, just go there and look at it. And we did a whole show on Alzheimer's. So understand that, and go take a look at IGF-1 for that, and black diamond, okay? Because it's a heavy metal problem, it's a calcification problem, and it could be a mold problem, and we just knocked 3 of those things right down. Check out those things, okay? If you don't mind, Peter, I'm going to answer this for someone. Alice says, is IGF-1 good for cancer patients? This is what I'm going to tell you right now. Do you know how many cancer patients call us up like every day and go, I can't take IGF-1. I was told that it'll make my cancer worse. Synthetic IGF-1 will make your cancer worse. This is not synthetic IGF-1. It's the only natural IGF-1 out there in the market. And it will help your body to, I don't like the word fight, but to create balance so the cancer doesn't have to exist there. And understand something, IGF-1, okay, here's the deal. What does a cancer patient not have? Energy. What does IGF-1 give? Energy. What does true IGF made from? Human growth hormone. And understand something, when you were at your peak health in your 20s, you didn't have diseases. Very rare for people to have diseases and illnesses and lack energy. Our IGF-1 will do nothing except enhance your healing. And that's the truth. And I'll back that up. And we already know that, all right? And just so everybody knows, as soon as we sign off with Peter, I'm going to do an IGF-1 commercial, aren't we? That's what we're going to do. So you can watch me. It'll only be about 3 minutes long. I'm going to be talking about it. And we do have the only IGF-1 like this on the planet. And our IGF-1, this formula, is used by more athletes, okay, and people that are looking for cutting edge health around the world. That's the truth. Alice says, thanks, Peter, for everything. Peter, what would you like to tell everybody?
Well, I'm positive outlook, and I think that we should all appreciate what we have and enjoy life and just love everybody. And well, no, I'm not just going to say everybody, but the people closest to you, and life will be
well, how about
good.
this? Love everybody, and don't focus on the people you don't like, because then you're going to get poisoned.
Yeah. Anyway, that's really the only way I can finish the show, by saying just be happy and love everyone close to you. Okay?
I love you, Peter. All my best to you and your beautiful partner, and thanks for all the great work you do. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right? And just know this, you're not allowed to retire, so just keep on losing weight and getting stronger, okay? And I'll send you out that IGF-1. It'll be out on its way this afternoon, okay? I want you to try it and give me a call and tell me what you think, okay? And we'll have you, how about we have you on next month? Would you like to come on next month?
Yeah, I think it's, we have a thing, you don't bother farmers this time of year because they're always busy. And the general public are on vacations. So, but we can do another show, and
well, chances are we won't be bothering the farmer. They'll be in the field, and there you go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And other people are taking trips, but there'll be a lot of people that be looking for information anyway.
Thank you for putting this all together, and belief is everything, and I believe in you, buddy. Have a beautiful day. All my best, okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
God bless, Peter.
Yeah. Bless you too. Yeah. Bye.
Bye, my friend. Well, there you go. What a beautiful man, eh? Okay, and I swear he's looking younger and younger. I'm actually getting really jealous here. I don't know if I should send him the IGF-1, because if he gets looking younger than me, that won't be good at all. I don't know what I'm going to do. He'll probably get Lori watching his show more than me, and I can't have that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll send it to him. I don't know. I have to think about this one. Anyways, this afternoon, I'm going to be on with John, who, believe it or not, we make the purest humic fulvic in the world. And if you don't know what humic fulvic is, we'll be on at 4 o'clock. We'll be on today, my apologies, at 5 p.m. Central Time. And I'll be on with him. And we make the purest humic fulvic in the world, okay? It comes from Drumheller, Alberta, and that's where most of the dinosaurs were found. And there's a reason for it, because It's the plant life they ate millions of years ago, and we have it. Our most powerful products called Black Diamond, Black Gold. Black Gold for the digestive tract. It'll go through and it will drop off 70 micronutrients, and it'll pick up heavy metals and acidity. And then guess what? Remember when Peter was talking about the bacteria, the most important thing in the body? Well, he wasn't wrong. And did you know that you have 10 times more bacteria in your body than you have cells? Did you know that it's the bacteria in your large intestine that are 85% of your immune system? And the black gold goes in there. And forget about taking good bacteria, people. That's kind of crazy. The only bacteria you should be making healthier is mummy's bacteria. Even if you had one left, you could make trillions by using black gold and taking black gold twice a day. Okay, go check it out. And black diamond, it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and that's why I said to take black diamond for the dementia, along with the ionic calcium and the IGF-1. You'll see a change in this person. You really will, okay? It's all about electricity. It's all about frequency. It's all about actually going in and restoring the mitochondria that create the ATP, that create the energy. And what happens, the mitochondria become calcified or damaged in everybody. You can't be sick unless you have damaged mitochondria. So don't forget that. And with the black diamond and with the IGF-1 and the ionic calcium, you're going to repair that problem. And I mean, you will repair that problem. Now, also tomorrow I'll be on at 10 a.m. Central Time with Terry, and Terry's going to be on. He invented infinite iodine, which is the purest iodine in the world. It really is. It's also the smallest molecular size. There's no toxicity to it. We're going to be talking about everything from colds, flus, to cancer, and we're going to be talking about all the research and how iodine is an elemental, is an elemental nutrient that the human body needs. There's no two ways about it. And then I'll have a New World Practitioner live Q&A at noon. And then I'm coming on live with Alya, and she's going to be coming all the way from Switzerland online with me. And we're going to be talking about bioptron, light therapy, but also Tesla glasses. You know, these are the only glasses in the world that actually take blue light, 5G, when it hits your eyes, and it transforms it into healing frequencies and light. You heard what I said, the only glasses in the world. And guess what? You could be on the computer all day long, watching TV, on your phone. You'll never damage yourself. How many people here know that 10,000 teenagers are being diagnosed daily with cataracts right now? Okay, this is where, because your eyes don't see, they only pick up frequency and light. And we know that blue light is a poison, 5G is a poison, 6G is a poison. And what happens when it hits the eyes, those frequencies, it goes to the brain, and it's actually destroying the brain. It's burning the brain. How many people know that if you've been on your phone or a computer or watching TV more than 20 minutes, you're actually doing brain damage? Yeah, there's dementia for you. Okay, there's dementia for you. Blue light is more poisonous than 5G. You don't believe me? Go watch my show. It's in the library, and go to the 5G blue light toxicity and go watch that show if you don't believe me. It's very important that you maybe check that out. Also, just know this, that every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be talking about all the breakthrough treatments and strategies that we do for patients that come to the World Healing and Training Center in Ixtapa from around the world. And you can come on with a condition, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with you, for you, and show you and train you so that your body can heal that condition. Nobody can cure you. Only your body can cure you. Nobody can cure you. Only your body can cure you. So it's the strategies and the techniques, the energy medicine. It's knowing what to drink, think, and eat. Okay? It's the wolf non-surgical. Hey, have you ever had anybody tell you that, we'll give you a money-back guarantee that you're not going to surgery? We'll give you a money-back guarantee that you can give up that cane, that walker, and that wheelchair if you want to put massive personal action into you changing your personality, who you are. Because repetition is the key. Unless you become someone different, unless you find your authentic self, unless you want to change your day, okay, you're going to pay. And that's it. We've all been programmed to suffer and to feed the, I'm not going to get into that today. Anyways, let me see what else we got going on. And then Thursday, Okay, I'm doing a 5-person show. Wednesday, I'm doing a 5-person show. Do you know who that is? I'm going to be doing 4 nurses, and they're going to be talking about taking the New World Practitioner, the whole 22-day training, and what they think of it. And they're going to be talking about their life when they worked in the hospitals, and what's really going on, and what they learned in 22 days compared to working and being in the medical system for 10, 20, 30, and 40 years. How's that? Okay, and then I'm going to be on, ready for this? We started again on Wednesday at 12 noon. I'm going to be releasing the advanced water fasting preparation, where we do 2 weeks of preparing to do a 6-day advanced water fast. If you want to watch it, now this is a little longer. Okay, you'll be able to watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Telegram, Odyssey, Brighton, all of these platforms. But after 12 o'clock, I'm going to be coming on and doing the show. Then they'll be putting it up in my library. In the Advanced Water Fasting Guide is the first video. Go and watch it. It is 3 hours, but how would you like to do something that releases more stem cells, which means, you know, renewing your body, and creating more autophagy, where we go in and eat up the things that never should be there to help you become youthful again? How would you like that? Okay, and then on Thursday, I'll be here at 12, is it 12 noon? Can I see the time, please? It's hidden. I can't see, okay, all right. So I'll be here at, can you lift it up higher, please? So I'll be here at 2 o'clock with Tom, who invented Avicen, which increases microcirculation more than any other device in the world, okay? And then at 5 o'clock, that's when we will be doing on Thursday, where you can go, okay, if you go and you type in and you go NWP at docofdetox.com, we're going to send you back the Zoom link. That Zoom link is actually going to get you on every live show. But the main reason I promote that is because on Thursdays we do the New World Practitioner Q&A, which means you can come on and find out anything about our treatments, okay? All our protocols for different conditions, what we would do for you. You can come live on Zoom, or you can come on Facebook, or you can come on YouTube and ask your questions. I'm also going to talk about personal treatment and trainings. You can come here with a caretaker. You can come here with your partner. You can come here with your family. We're going to teach you how to do Wolf non-surgical. We're going to teach you how to eat, think, and drink. And we're going to teach you about unconditional love for yourself and each other, so that you become the practitioner you've been seeking all your life. Now, we're also going to be going through and answering questions about our New World Practitioner course that's coming up on Monday. It's a 22-day course. You can just take the 9-day Whole Life Coach with me, then take 2 days off, and then take the Wolf Non-Surgical, which is a 12-day course, right? Okay? And we're going to be in where? Texas. Can I see that, please?
Yes.
So if you go to here, we're going to be, after we finish the, okay, so we've got the New World Practitioner certification starting this Monday. It'll go from June 27th to July 5th for the Whole Life Coach. And then what it's going to do is then the Wolf Non-Surgical will start July 8th to the 19th. That's here at the World Healing and Training in Ixtapa. Then we go to Texas, okay? And in Texas, the Whole Life Coach training will be August the 25th to September 2nd. And that's McKinney, Texas. And if you go to Braveheart Nation, everyone, we've got the hotels there. And we're also going to be picking people up because it's about 10 minutes from the training center. And then we'll drop you off. Okay, some people are going to be driving and coming there. We limit that to only 20 people though in McKinney, Texas. All right, so Whole Life Coach August 25th, September 2nd, Wolf Non-Surgical September 4th to September 15th. You can call me at 855-900-4544 extension 5. Okay, if you have any questions. Then we're going to be back in Ixtapa, Mexico in September 10th to September 18th for the Whole Life Coach. And then Wolf Non-Surgical, September 21st to October 2nd. And then Barrie, Ontario. Yep, we're going to Canada. Okay, we got to get in before they shut her down. And they're going to shut her down. Let me tell you something. We'll see Canada shut down again for climate change And for the monkey thing, okay, yeah, I mean, you know, Canadians, you know, a little bit gullible, right? Just a teeny bit maybe. Okay, so that we're going to get in Whole Life Coach September 24th to October 2nd. And then Wolf Non-Surgical October 4th to October 15th. If you go to braveheartnation.com or itioh.com, you're going to see we've got the some Airbnbs, we've got some hotels there. We're looking for more, but that's a ways off. We're going to find more with that, right? So check it out, everyone. Again, there'll only be 20 in Mexico, not Mexico, 20 at McKinney, Texas, and 20 in Barrie, Ontario. That's our limit. We'll be capping it off. And you might want to come and take the course that starts this Monday in Ixtapa here. There's only going to be right now 10 in the Whole Life Coach, and there's only 6 in the Wolf Non-Surgical. Want to talk about a personalized, concentrated training? Yeah, that's what we're talking about, okay? And don't forget about our personal treatment and trainings, everyone. You can come here, or we'll come to you as a couple, as a family, okay, or as an athletic professional. Look at, yeah, I'll let you take a look at these because I got to get going here. I've got lots to do today, and understand something, okay? Become part of a Braveheart Nation, and that means that there's no authority over you on this planet, okay? That means that you're going to look for your authentic self. And what do I tell you? Okay. First 7 years, from 0 to 7, you're in a hypnotic trance. You're like a sponge. You took in everything. You took in all the BS. Every belief system going. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And then guess what? Nobody told you this. So now you're going to run it all the way to the time that you leave this planet. That's right. So things are never going to change. There's only one way you're going to change, and that's repetition. Why don't you come and take my Whole Life Coach course, and we'll show you how to do enough repetition. You'll find your authentic self. You'll become the practitioner you always wanted to become, or you'll become the person that actually shines the light on the family to help to change them. My Whole Life Coach certification and the Wolf Non-Surgical is open to everyone. I don't care if you've been in business for 30 or 40 years and you're a body worker. We're going to blow your mind. I don't care if you're in the medical system. We're going to blow your mind. I don't care if you've never done any practitioner work or anything about health. We're going to blow your mind, and you're going to leave confident, okay? And that's right, it's only 9 days. How can you do it? Well, why don't you put me to the test? We have a money-back guarantee on it, okay? If not by the end of the first day that I don't blow you away, then I'll refund your money. How's that, okay? This is called real training. This is emotional, nutritional, and detox boot camp. Are you ready? I hope you're ready, because the world's waiting for you, and you've been waiting to find the practitioner, the hero within. 3, 2, 1. I know you got this, Braveheart. God bless.